Well, one nonprofit in the Basin is working to ensure that no one is left without faith.
Our Gabriela Meza has the story in this week's Highlighting Hope.
For some families, going to church isn't just hard. It can feel impossible. But across West Texas, a small nonprofit is helping churches become places where every person, regardless of a disability, can worship, connect, and belong. It's called the Faith Inclusion Network, and it all starts with one question. What if no one was left out of faith?
The mission of FIN, of course, is just to help churches include people with disabilities and their families. We find that a lot of churches and people that want to start disability ministries really don't know how or where to go. And that's what the Faith Inclusion Network does. We connect people with those resources.
Megan Galvan is a Catholic mother of 8 who began working with her diocese to make Mass and the Sacraments accessible for her 11-year-old son Ignacio, who has a rare chromosomal disorder. Her efforts led her to connect with FIN's director, Tom Jones, and today she serves as a volunteer coordinator for the nonprofit, helping other families find a place where they belong. Earlier this year, Ignacio had spinal surgery that kept him homebound for weeks. Megan says the first word he spoke after recovering showed just how much church means to him.
He is nonverbal, and it was 3 weeks ago that I was getting ready to go to church, and he came to me and he said, "Church?" And that was the first time I'd ever heard him say the word church. And I said, "You want to go to church?" And he said, "Yes, okay, church." And wow, I mean, my heart just melted. And anybody that has a child that's nonverbal knows like how precious each and every one of their words that they have are. So that's one of them, church.
A Baylor University study found that nearly half of children with disabilities show challenging behaviors weekly, and a third use alternative communication like Ignacio. For many parents, what matters most isn't programs or special treatment. It's a chance for their child to be welcomed, understood, and spiritually nurtured. And for Ignacio, that welcome means he's able to fully participate in every part of the Mass.
When I take him to Mass, he has a joy and a peace about him. And he participates through the entire Mass with his signs and his words and his gestures. So he knows every prayer, he knows every part of the Mass, but no matter if anybody understands the words coming out of his mouth, his inflections are exactly like the rest of the congregation.
That same sense of belonging inspired Vanessa Sanger, a teacher and mother of 4, including 2 sons with disabilities, to launch Circle of Friends, a sensory-friendly Sunday class at Grace Christian Church. And with some encouragement from Finn, she and her team turned a need into a ministry.
Sometimes you feel like I don't have what it takes to help somebody with special needs, but really all they need is someone to love and accept them and meet them right where they're at. I think that's one of the really neat things that Tom offers is just the encouragement to realize that you are capable, you are able. You don't have to have a special degree to do this. You just got to have a heart to be willing to do it.
For many families, though, that kind of welcome feels out of reach, and the risk of being turned away keeps them from ever stepping inside a church.
I've seen a lot of families that have been asked to leave churches. And a lot of families don't even want to try to go to a church because they're afraid they'll be rejected.
But when a congregation opens its doors and says, "You belong," it can change everything.
What I've seen, though, is those families, these churches that do offer ministries and are accepting, it's transforming.
For families across the Permian Basin, inclusion is simply belonging. It's being seen, heard, and welcomed. And through the work of parents, volunteers, and the Faith Inclusion Network, that sense of belonging is growing, one congregation at a time. Reporting for your Highlighting Hope, I'm Gabriela Meza.